Good evening, hockey fans, and welcome inside Fogarty Arena for a matchup between the hometown Spring Lake Park Panthers and the visiting Osseo Orioles. The Orioles enter with a 3-6-1 record under head coaches Kevin Linley and Mark Finau. Spring Lake Park 2-9 this season, led by second-year head coach Addison DeBoer. John Haddon, glad to be with you this evening, as is our entire North Metro TV crew before this Northwest Suburban matchup. Two squads ready to go, already announced their starters. In net for the Orioles is Dale Fanenstein, the senior. In front of him defensively, Jacob Bodine and Gabrick Olson. The centerman is Luke Sawicki, a sophomore, flanked by sophomore Eli Palarenta and junior Noah Lindbergh. On the other side for the Panthers, starting in goal is Andy Julberg. Defensively, it's Wyatt Noble and Gavin Forga, the two seniors. The captain, Jacob Fritz, one of the wings, along with Brock Larson, and then Blake Lewick is the centerman for Spring Lake Park. Spring Lake Park in the red, white, and blues, orange and black for the Osseo Orioles. These two teams tangled not too long ago, and it was a high-scoring affair. Osseo winning that matchup 7-5 in the third game of the season for each of these two teams. Two teams that have found wins hard to come by overall. Their seasons have been interesting to follow in that Osseo lost their first game of the season, then won 3 straight. They dropped a close one at Rogers and then tied Anoka, so they only had one loss in a 5-game stretch and started the year 3-2-1. Since then, they have lost 4 consecutive games coming in to tonight's action. Spring Lake Park on the offensive end puts it to the front, shot, goal! Blake Lewick gets the first of the night, and I say the first because, again, there were 12 the last time these two teams met, and this one comes less than a minute in. So Spring Lake Park getting the first goal of the day, and for Lewick, it's his team-leading 10th goal of the season. Spring Lake Park might be feeling pretty good. They have just 2 wins this season, but one of them came in their very last game, an 8-4 drubbing of Coon Rapids. Before that, they had a road win at Anoka. They have not won at Fogarty Arena this season. So they gave Larson and Fritz each an assist on the Lewick goal. Here a puck played in front and shot towards the net. That one goes just wide for Justin Boyd. As you look at Fritz getting his 14th assist of the season, that leads the team. Larson his 6th to go along with 6 goals that he scored this year. Puck played towards the front of the net. Spring Lake Park breaks that up and works out of their own zone. Play up the far sideboards, and it's dumped in by the captain, Jacob Fritz. Some changes for both sides as the Orioles collect behind their own net, try to play it up the far sideboards, get it to neutral ice. Good passing ahead, then deflected and stolen clean by the Panthers. Spring Lake Park retreating into their own end for the moment, sends it back out to neutral ice and able to collect and move up ice with Jacob Fritz. Here comes the captain, pushed off the circle and ends up on the far sideboards. Looking to get a centering pass in, that one taken away. Fritz stops it at the blue line, throws it towards the net where it is intercepted and controlled by Gareth Price, the junior. Price plays it up the far sideboards and man launches into the air, and we play on. Spring Lake Park collecting the puck back in their own end. Controlling for the Panthers is Wyatt Noble, plays it up the far sideboards. Battered along those boards by Gavin Forga. Then we have a player hit the deck and a whistle comes with 14:25 to go in the first period. The whistle was for offsides. We have no penalty on the play. A draw coming just outside of the Orioles zone. Face-off won by the Orioles. Trying to work out of their own end. This is Jacob Bodine. The sophomore with size dumps it in to the offensive end. Giving chase is Brendan Gieselhart, the junior for Spring Lake Park. Panthers unable to get it out. Stopped along those far side boards by Carson Strike. Now a pass towards the front. Heavy shot from in tight. And that one stopped on the Luke Sawicki swat. Julberg able to shut him down. Still a 1-0 game in favor of the Panthers. Face-off coming to the glove side of Julberg. About 3 minutes into this opening period, Panthers with the 1-0 lead. The draw won eventually by Spring Lake Park. They get it out to neutral ice, not much further. Bodine tried to play it ahead, now poked away from him, and Larson carries it into the offensive end. Snaps off a shot, pad save made by Fanenstein. Now left back along the boards, taken by Fritz. Fritz worked into the far corner. He gets control of the puck. Centers a pass, this one sent on. Stopped in front, still loose out there, and finally sneaks under the pads of the goaltender where he sits on top of it. Fanenstein gets the save after a good attack by that top line for the Spring Lake Park Panthers. That's already given them a 1-0 lead tonight. Again, that matchup between these two teams came just a month ago, January 23rd. The win for Osseo, 7-5. Here, a shot from the far sideboard, save made. Now it pops behind the net. Orioles trying to clear it out of their own end. At the half wall, a battle ensues. It's grabbed by Osseo, and they send it out to neutral ice. Taken on the move by Strike. Centers a pass. This one knocked away from the intended target, Jack Pojar. We head the other direction. Panthers into the offensive end. Fritz tries a centering pass, doesn't find anyone on the other end of it. And Pojar again pushing into the offensive end. Pojar with speed all the way to the net shot, and he doesn't have enough room. Swallowed up at the post, and then a great centering pass in front. And the shot shut down. That was Carson Strike right on the doorstep. But Julberg with the biggest save we've seen in the early goings tonight. Just 7 total shots, 5 of them for Spring Lake Park so far. But that was a great flurry. Better save. The offensive end surrounded by white sweaters, knocked off the puck is Earth Price. Puck played towards the near side for Spring Lake. John Ross into it. Down to a knee, pops up. Now a pass towards the front of the net, intercepted by the defense. Wyatt Noble stepped in front to protect his goaltender. Puck played up the wall on the near side. Now we get a whistle. Looks like offside. Yep. Called against the Orioles with 12:17 remaining here in the first period. Both these teams out of Section 5 2A. Puck played along the near side boards. They don't face each other all that often in that section because both teams are usually in the bottom half of the bracket in recent years. Puck played along the near side boards. Centennial, Maple Grove, Anoka at times. Blaine, certainly. If you look at the walls here at Fogarty Arena, the other high school that shares this rink, their banners are all over the place. Spring Lake Park brings this one up. Hard shot into the pads, and shut down is Justin Boyd by Dale Fanenstein. The other way we go, dumped in by the Orioles, Colin Garrity. Panthers pick it up from behind their own net. Get a pass out to the middle, and it's carried into neutral ice by Leighton Long. The senior Long trying to go through defenders, poked off the puck. That's taken the other way by Sawicki. Looking to move it up ice. He's intercepted by Caden Carson. The junior Carson gave it off. Now played behind the net, controlled briefly by Forga, who sends it back to the near side. Held in at the blue line, knocked around and knocked away. Played up ice, and this one out of the reach of everybody. Icing is called. And we'll come back down to the Panthers' end for a face-off in front of Julberg. Julberg went 5-8 as a junior last year, a 6.11 goals against average and an .816 save percentage. The numbers this year also on the rough side, 2-8 with an 8.83 goals against average and an .810 save percentage. Now, certainly doesn't sound pretty, but neither does the amount of attack that he's facing, right? 46 shots on goal by opponents this season. That's an average again. So there have been some games with some really lofty shot totals. Champlin Park with 65 on him earlier this season. Maple Grove just a week or so ago got 62. Blaine 57. So he's facing pretty much 30 plus every time he comes into net. Spring Lake Park into the offense with a little drag and then a shot. That one glances off the glove and carries up into the netting above the glass. Pretty look there for Spring Lake Park, but unable to finish was Lewick, who has our only goal of the game. 1-0 SLP, 10:22 to go in the first period. Julberg has faced 469 shots this season. AJ Gannett, the sophomore backup, has seen 27. So Julberg's been in net just about the entire way for SLP this season. Glove side draw in front of Fannenstein, won back by the Orioles and pushed away by Gabrick Olsen out towards the far side boards. Puck carried into the Panthers zone for just a moment. Now the puck bouncing all over the place at neutral ice and finally swatted like a knuckleball, flies past Fannenstein and into the far side corner. Spring Lake Park holding the zone for the time being, trying to charge it towards the net, and it's taken away. Orioles looking for momentum the other direction. Daniel Ellingson into the offensive zone, centering pass tipped away by the defense. Good recovery there by Ben Wackman, the junior defender. Puck to the near side. Gabrick Olsen dumps it in for the Orioles. Swings around the boards to the far side. Hit once he gets in control as Daniel Ellingson has knocked out of the zone. Orioles back on it. This is Olsen again. Gabrick. Probably not a very common name in Minnesota until, well, probably right around the time Mr. Olsen was born, I'd imagine. Here, puck from the middle, shot and a save made. That one right into the glove of Julberg, who makes another save. 9:10 remaining in this first period of play. Stick side draw in front of Julberg. One back by the Orioles. Here a shot, and that one held on to by Julberg. A lot of traffic there, but he saw it all the way. Another draw and another win. Orioles have done well in face-off situations. Here's a shot low along the ice and stopped and then covered up by Julberg. He's feeling some pressure now as the shots on goal starting to even up on the scoreboard. 7-5 in favor of Spring Lake Park at this point. Off this draw, it is won by Spring Lake Park. They whip it around the boards to the near side. Trying to work it out of the zone is Leighton Long. Instead, it's held for the moment. Long does get control. Tries to bounce it out of there. Kept in at the blue line nicely by the Orioles' Garrett Price. Now it squirts out and a rolling puck poked away and taken by Fritz. Fritz looking for help. Hands it off. Great job by Fritz. He took 3 defenders with him. Then he comes on the follow. Now a shot. Goal! What a series by Spring Lake Park, sticking with the play. I don't think anyone got a piece of that on the way in, so goal going to Gavin Forga in my book. We'll see what the announcement says. 8:34 remaining in the first period. 2-0 Spring Lake Park. If it's Forga, it's his 4th of the season. But it was just a beautiful series, led by the captain Fritz. Love the play where he takes the puck into 3 players, protects it, and then uses his body as a screen, then hands the puck off to Justin Boyd. So Fritz does get an assist on the play. Boyd does not. 1 assist on the goal. It's 2-0 Spring Lake Park. I'm certainly glad that Fritz has his name in the scorebook for that goal because he did a lot of work on that play. Forga nets it in the end. Spring Lake Park trying to play it to neutral ice. They do get control of it and hand it back. Down to the near side. Worked up the boards and dumped ahead by John Ross. Into the offensive end, Spring Lake Park getting aggressive, and they do control. Centering pass right in front, and that one goes through. Luke couldn't get a hand on it. Now another feed to the front. Lewick, big blast from tight quarters. And Fannenstein survives. Luke brings it in again. This time tries to go top shelf. It gets deflected on its way in and then pops into the netting above the glass behind the goalkeeper. 7:21 remaining in this first period of play. Great start for the Panthers with a 2-0 lead. They're getting good pressure on Fanenstein, and now they've had the last 3 consecutive shots on goal, including one that went in. Here the draw won by Spring Lake Park in the offensive zone. Shot in that one, ran into traffic on the wrister by by Gavin Forga. Puck played behind the net. Spring Lake Park up to the blue line. Oberg tried to send it forward. This one knocked away. A feed forward, and nice job by Oberg to make sure that didn't go anywhere. I got some help from Leighton Long as well. The defenseman stepping up after a near problem turnover. Spring Lake Park trying to charge back into the offensive zone. Poked away from them. Orioles slide a pass over to the left, and it's taken by Pojar. Pojar to the net, and he got knocked off the puck on his way in. SLP playing some good defense, getting back and working hard. This puck deflected, but stays in thanks to the quick hands of Jacob Bodine. 6.5 to go here in the first period. 2-0 Spring Lake Park. Orioles still working in the offensive zone, looking for clean control. Trig Oberg trying to make sure that doesn't happen. Puck up towards the blue line, held for the moment by Pojar. Kept in the zone. Wrister from the top of the circle. No, that's a pass across, and the shot no good. Rebound and then knocked away. Wrap around and then knocked away by the defense. Great series there for Spring Lake Park defensively, or at least lucky series in that they survived. 6:08 to go as the clock stops here in the first period. Draw to the glove side of Julberg. Won by Spring Lake Park, and carrying out of the zone is Caden Carson. The junior slowed along the way and will have a face-off right here in neutral ice. Mentioned that Julberg was back for this year. They brought back their top 10 scorers. Only 2 of them are now seniors this year. So a lot of returners. But after a season that ended oddly last year and started late this year, and everything's different this season, it feels like. Hard to know what the recipe for success is in a normal year. Not sure what people are going to glean from the circumstances that these players and coaches have had to deal with this year. Puck brought in, heavy shot, rebound, second save. Fanenstein stonewalls Wyatt Noble on 2 solid shots. Now Noble battling in the corner. It's played up the wall and worked out ahead. Touch pass by Garrity to the middle. Carried into the offensive zone. They leave it back to the Panthers, who clear it out to the side wall. Another centering attempt intercepted by Spring Lake Park. Just turnovers back and forth. Man goes down and an arm's in the air. Penalty coming up against Osseo. Osseo as a team has 111 penalty minutes coming into today's game. It's 30 less than Spring Lake Park. The Panthers have been the team, when you compare these two, that have visited the box much more often. But we've got a tripping ball here against Osseo's Eastman. Just the second time he's been penalized all season. And now a look at the 2021 Spring Lake Park Panthers power play unit. He's connecting on 19.5% of their power plays, 8 of 41 so far this season. And Panthers do win the draw in the offensive zone. Haven't gotten a shot on yet. Here, pass across, this shot, and a glove save made by Fanenstein. Good look there for Jacob Fritz, but he couldn't finish. Fritz does have a power play goal this season. He's one of 5 players with power play goals for the Panthers. Blake Lewick leads the way with 3 for the Panthers. He passes it off to the far side for Wackman. Now a quick pass across, puck in front, gets lost in the traffic and is taken away by the Orioles. Orioles into the offensive zone, looking for something shorthanded. They haven't scored shorthanded all season. A player goes flying into the boards, and the net looks like it became dislodged during that exchange. 90 seconds left on the power play, 4:37 to go in the first period. And again, it's 2-0 Spring Lake Park, but a draw coming in their own end. Glove side draw in front of Julberg. Won easily by the Panthers. They're facing a little pressure in their own zone. Now Spring Lake Park looking to carry up ice. Handing it back. Feed ahead to Fritz. Fritz trying to get around a defender. Fritz controlling. Carries into the offensive zone. Hands it off immediately. They're in tight a little bit. Fritz getting it back down low. Now into the circle. Pass across, and that one just off the mark for Wackman, who had a great look if he could have collected the puck. Instead, the Panthers set it up in the zone. 58 seconds on the power play. Pass across from the circle. That goes wide and will be collected by Lewick up at the top. Back inside to Fritz. Fritz feeds it low. A little give-and-go action, but he never got it back. Lewick to the top. Wackman sends it down into the circle. Great movement here. Getting in tight. Fritz forces a shot that goes into the body of the goaltender. And Fandenstein able to make another stop. 37 seconds remaining on the power play. Glove side draw. Osseo got a play on it, but couldn't get it out of the zone. Giving chase here is John Ross behind the net. He's met hard by Jacob Bodine. Puck played out towards the far side. Panthers see the puck skip out of the zone. Aggressive play here and a shot put on. Save made on the Sawicki try. He's got 2 goals this season. 14 seconds left in the power play. Ill-advised pass, but the Panthers recover. However, still behind their own net. Now out to the far side. Some trouble there. Ross able to recover. Sends it up to the far side boards. Tapped into the offensive zone. The power play is done. Orioles trying to whip it out of their own zone. Sort of a half shot through a stick, and that one just bounced into the circle, no further. Orioles now work it ahead offensively. Gaining the zone is Cade Westman. He'll take a shot from the circle. Save made, and holding on with a squeeze of his mitt is Julberg. 2 minutes, 48 seconds remaining in this first period of play. It's a 2-0 lead for the Panthers. Nice job by the penalty kill of the Orioles, who has had some rough times this season, succeeding just 42% of the time coming in. They'd allowed 18 goals in 43 opponent power play opportunities. They don't let one in on this last shift. Stop made by Julberg leads us to another face-off, this time to his stick side. One back by the Panthers. Spring Lake Park whips it out of the zone. That got deflected along the way, and we will have an icing. Not sure who deflected it, but that was not a clean lift out of the zone. And the officials call icing either way, so we won't worry too much about it. 2:34 to go in this first period. Stick side draw, one back by the Orioles. Play it out to the far side boards. Wrister from there, and getting down to a knee is Lewick to make the stop. Wackman back on it. He'll play it to the back boards. You know, these two teams, as I've talked about, as this shot coming from right in tight and it misses, ends up on the far side. They haven't had a lot of success here. Hard shot, save made by Julberg. This one right in front. Julberg slides across, makes the save. Follow up again and again. Finally a goal, and the score comes for Jack Pojar, his 8th of the season. Persistence pays off. They just kept whacking at it. Julberg made some nice saves. His defenseman stepped up to help as well. But in the end, getting their first mark on the scoreboard, the Orioles score with 2:03 remaining in this period. So Osseo pulls within 1 on the 8th of the year for Jack Pojar. And they need one more to keep pace with the scoring they had the last time around. 4 goals a period to get 12 goals in a game. give assists to Carson Strick and Daniel Ellingson on the play. Ellingson's 9th of the season, Strike his 8th. All of his points on assists. 1:24 remaining in this first period. An icing called against the Panthers, so we'll go back into their end. Shots on goal, 15-13 in favor of Spring Lake Park. Panthers have only outshot 2 opponents this season. One of them was these Osseo Orioles the last time they met. Puck out to neutral ice. 1:10 remaining in the first period. Puck down to the near side. Trying to give chase into the offensive zone was Ben Koenig. Instead, pops out and we go the other way. Lewick has help to his left. Takes the shot himself. Goal! Just under a minute to go in the period, and Lewick nets his 2nd of the night. 3-1 Spring Lake Park. He had a man across and faked like he was going to pass it over there, then takes the shot himself and he sneaks it past Fannenstein. Great action between these two teams. They seem very evenly matched. So while they've struggled against other competition, they're both playing in this one like they've got a great chance to win, and they do. They gave Justin Boyd and Trig Oberg assists. For Oberg, that's his 1st of the year. Boyd with his 3rd. First point of the season for the junior Oberg. Under 30 seconds to play. Orioles into the offensive zone with their goal scorer, Jack Bojar. Tries to center it, instead stopped up by a leg. Panthers have not been shy about getting in front of shots throughout the course of this game. Lewick will lift it out of the zone. A bouncing puck will settle down and go into the far corner. There was too much time left on the clock. I think he might be feeling like he was going to burn out the rest of the period. Instead, 10 seconds remain and a glove side draw in front of Julberg. The draw won by Spring Lake Park. They'll play it around the boards. Ends up on the half wall. Quick wrister and a deflected puck. Perfectly deflected in terms of being between the posts, but it was too high, carried over the net, and we wrap up the first period with Spring Lake Park leading 3-1, thanks in large part to a pair of goals by Blake Lewick. We'll pause and then come back for the start of the second period. Again, it's Panthers 3, Orioles 1 after 1 here at Fogarty Arena. High school hockey on North Metro TV tonight. John Haddon back with you from Fogarty Arena, where the Spring Lake Park Panthers have a 3-1 lead over the visiting Osseo Orioles. Panthers trying to avenge a January 23rd loss, 7-5, to these Orioles. The two teams just about set to come onto the ice. Now that the Zamboni has gotten its job done. In the first period, we got the scoring started less than a minute in, thanks to Blake Lewick. Fritz and Larson assisting on that play. Forga made it 2-0 about midway through the period. Fritz also assisting on that goal. Orioles did get on the board with just over 2 minutes left. Jack Pojar getting the score, the senior, assisted by Strike and Ellingson. And then Lewick with less than a minute left. So he scored less than a minute in, he scored less than a minute left. And he gets his second goal of the game, assisted on the play by Oberg and Boyd. That adds up to a 3-1 Panthers lead after 1. We're set to start the second as soon as these two teams meet at mid-ice. We talked a little bit about the Panthers and what they were bringing back into this season from last year. For the Orioles, top scorer was Pojar last year. 16 goals, 12 assists, and he's already got 8 goals, 12 assists this season. He had the most points overall. The second highest goal scorer was Sawicki. Luke Sawicki only has 2 goals, 2 assists this season. Last year he finished with 13 and 7 during the regular season. Orioles this season and the Panthers, have not necessarily struggled to score goals. Both are averaging about 3 goals per game, but they're allowing far more than they score. It's a 2-1 margin for the Orioles. It's a 3-1 margin for the Panthers. Big part of that, though, back-to-back losses of 13-1 and 19-2 to Tino Grace and Maple Grove. It's been a real rough stretch until they got that win against Coon Rapids, because during that 5-game losing streak, their closest game was an 8-4 loss to Champlain Park. You had the 13-1, the 19-2. You also had a 9-2 and a 10-2. So it's been tough sledding for them, and now they're on top after one. Here, glove save made, and then it was handed off. Now we get an offsides call coming late. And we'll get a draw just outside the Spring Lake Park zone. Panthers going right to left in their white sweaters here in the second period, left to right for the Orange Orioles. Just one penalty in that first period did not result in a power play goal for the Panthers, who had the advantage. Orioles put a puck right in front. We got a broken stick, now a short shot, and that one misses. Short shot from a short stick. Able to get that away was Sawicki, but he could not score on the play. Broke off at about the midpoint. He gets himself some new lumber and heads back onto the ice. And now heads to the penalty box. Yeah. Working with the broken stick instead of just letting it go. We're skating back to the bench. Will earn him 2 minutes. And a second power play opportunity tonight for the Spring Lake Park Panthers. Fifth time that Sawicki has served time in this season. Here a pass right to the front, shot, goal! 12 seconds into the power play. They hadn't even announced the penalty yet. And a score for Brock Larson, his 7th of the season. So again, this coming with 16:20 remaining in the second period. Makes it a 4-1 Spring Lake Park lead. Larson making it look easy, but when you're right on the doorstep like that and the puck comes to you perfectly, all he had to do was punch it home. We're going to whistle on the face-off draw. We're going to redo that one. Second try, one back to Lewis. They'll play it ahead on the far side boards. This is Fritz into the offensive zone, sending it ahead towards the keeper. Pfannenstein pushes it aside. Down to the near side boards we go. Now the Panthers skating in tight. The shot never got away. Got knocked away just before a swing was taken. They do give Fritz and Boyd the assists on that goal. For Boyd, that's his 2nd assist of the night. For Fritz, it's his 3rd already. Fritz came in with a team-leading 13 assists, and he's got 3 more helpers tonight. 15 and a half remaining here in the second period. 4-1, Panthers in front. Orioles control here, a shot, goal! Oh my! Bojar with a hard angle shot, puts it up in the top corner. Rattles the post, but does get it to go in over the shoulder of Julberg. Back to a 2-goal game. Not much time between those. Less than a minute as that comes with 15:25 to go. So we're up to 6 goals. Well on our way to 12. Here's a shot from a hard angle. That one doesn't go. But gave no assist on the Pojar goal. This puck towards the net, and play stops with it being covered up by Julberg. So for the over-under tonight coming in, you think, I've been saying we're looking at 12, I think if it was something lower than 10, Vegas would have news. Again, these two teams combining to allow over 15 goals per game to their opponents this season. My apologies, I missed the hook against Forga. So first power play opportunity for Osseo tonight. Forga serving his 11th and 12th penalty minutes of the season. The Orioles this year, 12.5 on the power play, just 4 of 32. Panthers penalty kill, 71%, 30 of 42. They've allowed 12 goals. Puck pushed towards the Panthers zone, and they immediately whip it back down to the other end. Vandenstein slows it down behind his own net. 1:35 remaining on the power play as it's pushed along the near side boards. Disrupted by Spring Lake Park, having it back out are the Orioles, and the puck given over to Bodine. Quick passing, and Pojar will carry it into the zone. Pojar sends it ahead, save made, rebound, it's loose up the slot, now a wrister. That one deflected off a skate and pops out, and it's popped up into the rafters. Right idea by the Panthers to try and clear it high and out, but there's not a lot of height to this arena, and they should know it's their own. Probably one of the best things about making it to the section tournament, the section championship, I should say. Finally get to play at a rink that's got some headspace. This rink, not known for it, and then, you know, one of the mainstays, the Champlain Ice Center, is one of the lower ceilings around where a lot of the section games are played. For the team playing their Section 5 2A tournament is either there or the Coon Rapids location. Puck played around the board, and just barely on the power play for the Orioles, who trail by 2. Osseo sends it up to the blue line. Sawicki gives it back down towards the far side, looking for Polarenta. Instead, it's knocked away. Back down it is Sawicki, and he just reverses field and heads up ice. Sawicki's got support. He'll just circle around and slow it down. Here's a shot, that one deflected in front, stopped by a stick and then covered up. The stick was his own, Julberg. Getting the stick out in front on a slow-moving puck to stop it, then clamps down with the glove. 13:20 remaining in this second period. Glove side draw in front of Julberg. Looked like a good opportunity for Noble to move it out of the zone. He was able to take that face-off win, but it's held in and now controlled by the Orioles. Pojar in the corner leaves it up to Bodine. Bodine from the blue line moves to the middle. Now takes a wrister. This one bouncing along, stopped initially, loose in front, still stops, and trying to cover up is the goaltender. He never does. Players are down on the ice all over. We get a late push. And did the net come loose? Is that why we had the stoppage, or is there more to it? No, it looks like there's more to it. Being walked away from the huddle. Is the Orioles. Cade Westman for cross-checking. Second time he's been penalized tonight. The power play the other way had just ended. Now we get a new one. This one for Spring Lake Park. The Panthers scored on their last opportunity on the power play, seconds in. Lueck sends it to Wackman. Wackman back up to Lueck from the top of the slot, down to the circle far side. Shot from a hard angle. Goal! Jacob Fritz had been giving all night. Now he gets his own. It's a 5-2 Spring Lake Park lead. The goal coming with 12:41 remaining in this second period. And Fritz set up with some good passing. Just had to finish in front with a fairly open net. It is his 4th goal of the season. Nicely done by the captain. Well, it took him an entire game to get 5 goals last time around, but the Panthers have 5, and we're not even midway through this one. Spring Lake Park. This is a stretch of their schedule that you would think they'd want to take advantage of, as this shot towards the net deflected and pops up and out of play. We'll stop the clock with 12:28 remaining in this period. They had the win against Coon Rapids. They play this Orioles team, which again 3-6-1, and they played them tight last time. Then after this, the Panthers get to play Coon Rapids again, this time at home. So that's a 3-game stretch where you'd like to pick up some wins. And so far they've gotten one. They have a lead here. Long ways to go, but they have a lead. This puck popping away. Spring Lake Park giving chase, and the puck played towards the corner. Nice job there by Gavin Forga, battling against the Wiki. Tried to give it to Pojar. That didn't work out. He stays back, looking to carry something. Instead, it pops the other way. Carried in. Fancy pass by John Ross, but goes right into the hands of the Orioles. Big hit put on by Ross after that play. Excuse me. I believe the hit came from Brock Larson. Orioles into the offensive zone. Take the shot. Save made. Rebound popped out. Now a blast from the top of the circle. That deflects off a skate. We've got bodies on the ice. And finally a whistle coming. Interference call with 11:41 remaining in this second period. The interference charge to Brock Larson. First time he's been penalized tonight. It's the 5th time this season. Oh, I missed the assist on the Fritz goal. Trying to replay it in my mind. Luke had it at the top. He gave it over to Wackman. I felt like it went, did it go straight over? It might have gone straight over from there. It's certainly okay giving Wackman an assist and to Luick one as well, but it's going to be very unofficial, even more so than usual. 11:35 remaining in this period. Second period. Puck intercepted and sent the other direction by Spring Lake Park, as they're now trying to kill off a penalty. And they do get to Vandenstein, so he has to cover up, and that stops the clock. 1:42 remaining on this power play. 11:23 to go in the second period. Off the draw, the puck played around the near side. And it's grabbed by Osseo. Osseo up the far side boards. They'll carry into the offensive zone. Tried a hard angle shot, maybe trying to get something off the back of the goaltender. It was Daniel Ellingson that time. Instead, it pops the other way. And a hard shot, but a miss by Luick as it goes wide. Bounces up the other direction, and the Orioles able to tip it into the offensive zone. 1:10 remaining on the power play as it's sent out, and Luick started to give chase again, but this time he'll go off on a change. Puck brought in, quick shot, and that one right into the belly of Julberg. Another save for him. 51 seconds remaining on the Orioles power play. Orioles with that Oilers-style logo on their sweaters. Puck won back to the blue line. Near a shot, bounces off the leg. Getting in front of it was John Ross. Now Ross races towards the goal, looking for that puck along the way. Never got it. But they're eating up time on this power play for the Orioles. Down to 25 seconds left as they start up ice. Valorenta into the offensive zone. Had trouble controlling against Noble. Into the corner we go. Leighton Long fighting for it as well. Player down on the ice, and his teammate runs into him pretty good. Now everybody's up and we play on. Finally a whistle comes with 9:46 remaining in this second period. Still 5 seconds left on the penalty to Larson, but he's going to get company in the box in the form of Wyatt Noble. Noble called for the charge. Nobody spent more time in the penalty box this season than Wyatt Noble. 34 penalty minutes coming into tonight's game. Gives him about 25% of his team's penalty minutes. They were able to clear it, were the Panthers, at the start of that 5-on-3, so now it's just another 2 minutes of standard penalty kill. Can they survive another run? As these penalties are overlapping for just 5 seconds. Puck brought towards the middle, a shot and a stick, able to get in the way of that, deflects it up in to the netting behind the goaltender. 1:32 left on this new power play. 3 penalties by the Panthers. Second period is good for them in terms of staying out of there. A saucer pass across, now a shot low, and reaching down to snag it is Julberg. Gets it in the glove just off the ice. 9:08 to go in the second period, 1:22 remaining on the power play for the Orioles. Wednesday night hockey. Always feels like the dates start to change a little bit when we get closer to a postseason. Here a shot, and that one deflected away. It has been announced that the postseason will be played for winter sports to the state tournament and all, which was not something that was allowed for fall sports. 1:09 remaining in this second period power play opportunity. 8:55 remaining in the period as a whole. Up from the half wall, far side, sent low, and now across. They were looking for Pojar and said it's played away from him. And a bouncing puck. Man lost his stick. That's Ross who has to go after it. We follow the other way with the puck for Daniel Ellingson, who collects. Puck pushed ahead towards Pojar, being ridden hard. His centering pass instead skips into the near corner. Looking for support. Bodine gets a hold of the puck. Now it's carried out, and Lueck will take it ahead. Panthers, Lueck carries up, trying to get around the defender. He does so, can't finish though in front of the goal. Panthers bench thought there might have been a penalty on that play. Instead, here, nice move to get around the defender. Can't beat the second one. It was a good look for strike, but he couldn't get it all the way through. Gavin Forga took it off his stick in the end. Centering pass here, loose puck bouncing around. Pojar takes a swat at it. Shot into the pad, save made, and then it's pushed into the far corner. Panthers still can't clear. Instead, they'll carry it out. Or will they? Yes, just barely. It crossed over, and then we got a whistle coming with 4 seconds left in the power play, and the other side opens up. The Orioles will have to send a representative into the penalty box as the march continues. This time it's Pojar serving time. So 4 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey. The draw inside the Orioles zone. One back by Spring Lake Park. They take a quick shot, pad save made down to the near side. The penalty expires against Noble. He'll skate across, and the power play unit is on. Lueck takes to the ice. Puck to Fritz. He just scored the last goal. Hook was the call on Pojar, by the way. .136 left on this power. I mean, the whole period is a power play, essentially. We've had 3 goals this period. 2 of them have come with the man advantage. Puck into the far corner, now out towards the half wall. This shot right in front. They were looking for a tip in, and able to get a stick on it was Justin Boyd, but couldn't redirect it where he needed to. This pass ahead, intercepted, and the Orioles send it out of the zone. They clear it to the other end, but they've got speed heading in. This is Noah Lindbergh who got there first. Puck down to the near side and carried out clean. This is Wackman. Wackman driving into two defenders, gets to the circle, takes the shot, and a save made by Fenenstein. He holds on with 1:06 remaining on the power play for the Panthers, the latest power play. Tomorrow night, more coverage on North Metro TV. This time it's boys swimming and diving, Elk River at Centennial. And then high school action next week on Monday, Blaine at Centennial for boys hockey. Boys swimming, Centennial against Blaine on Tuesday. So action tonight, action tomorrow, then Monday, Tuesday next week. We're also doing some weekend action. The Guns and Hoses charity hockey game over at the NSC will take place Saturday evening. And we'll have coverage of that. 6:39 remaining in this second period. 49 seconds left on the power play for the Spring Lake Park Panthers. Off the face-off, finally won by Spring Lake Park in their own end. Took a lot of work, now having some trouble against the one defender that's back. Really pushing the issue was Cade Westman. Finally, here's Noble from behind his own net. Heading up ice under duress. He carries it into the offensive zone and pushes it forward into the corner. Centering pass, and there's nothing but orange sweaters there. We head the other direction with the Orioles in control. They'll flip it and change. Puck picked up by the Panthers, and then a man sent into the boards is going to lead to another penalty against the Orioles. They just full strength, but as soon as they touch up, it's over. This puck carried behind the net. Does anyone have control? Yep, finally the Orioles have enough control that a whistle blows. 5:38 remaining in this period, and a penalty yet again against the Orioles. First he's been tonight, 6th time this season. So the Panthers getting ready for a face-off inside the Orioles zone. Shots on goal right now, 26-25. So the Panthers leading that by just one. It was tight at the end of the first period, but you would think with all of these power play opportunities, well, it's not just 2 minutes. They put 5 on the board, so joining is Drew Haranen, the junior. This is Wackman with control, gets to Lewick, now a pass in tight. That shot from there stopped up, and we get a whistle. The net seems to have become dislodged again. Yeah, I said boarding, but it was checking from behind. My apologies. Stick side draw in front of Fannenstein, one back to Wackman. Panthers give it to Lewick. Tap it off to Fritz in the far circle. Fritz looking for help, sends it right in front. This one knocked that shot again, and this one cleared away. It was Justin Boyd on the doorstep there who took a couple of swings at it, and he may have made contact with someone in tight because now he's being escorted to the penalty box. So, high stick is the call. Yeah, when he was swatting at it, Boyd must have caught someone upstairs. 4th time he's been penalized this season. So let's go back. We've talked a lot about the goals scored the last time these two teams met. There were 12 of them. There were also 17 total penalties in that game. Spring Lake Park went 2 for 10 on the power play, and the Orioles went 2 for 7 on the power play that night. So far this evening, we have a pair of power play goals, both for Spring Lake Park. But we skate in a 4-on-4 situation right now. Here's a shot towards Julberg, and he makes the save. Here's a shot towards the front. Julberg kicks out to make the save, and trying to carry it up ahead, but slowing down is Forga. Forga had the second goal tonight. This puck poked away. Pojar into the corner. He loses an edge, and it's picked up by Fritz. Out ahead to Lewick. Lewick into the offensive end. Slows down for a bit. Now takes the shot. Not too tough for Fanenstein, and moves it aside with his pads. Orioles back into the offensive zone. They hand it back, and it's taken by Lewick. Going to get tiring going back and forth like this. Lewick gets his stick on the puck. He's trying to get a shot away. Nothing clean. The does squirt towards the crease and is poked at by Fanenstein. Puck out towards the blue line. Wackman takes a shot. Stopped right in front and taken the other direction by Strike. Strike feeding it across for Pojar. Can't get to it, but now tracks it down. He's knocked off the puck by Ober. Turnovers aplenty. Back to Pojar. Carries around the net. Sends it out front. This shot actually ended up as more of a pass shot and a save made by Julberg. I think I had two different players out there. Yeah, there was 15 and 25. I call them both Pojar. Sawicki was the other one who fed that pass initially to the front of the net. Here a shot. That one glances off the post and bounces out to the far side. 3:30 remaining in this second period. 9 seconds left on the penalty being served by Spring Lake Park. Then they get the extra advantage again. Here a shot, and that one off the defender in front. We head the other direction. Panthers have the puck, and they've got a man ahead if they can see him. Instead, offsides is called because the puck disrupted as the Panthers were carrying out of their own end, and the Oilers took it right back over in an offside situation. 3:16 remaining in this second period. 2:38 to be served on the penalty on the other end. Center ice draw, and then we get a timeout. Timeout called for by Spring Lake Park, I believe. Yep, Panthers do ask for the break. They lead in shots on goal 28-26. More importantly for them, they lead on the scoreboard. The score 5-2. And what an effort tonight. 3 goals in the first, 2 goals so far here in the second. They've got an extra attacker for another 2:38 as the 4-on-4 just kind of wrapped up. So big opportunity for the Panthers to stretch this lead and taking a commanding advantage into the third period. And what a difference between the two periods. The goal scoring is about the same, but the way that the goals are coming and the number of men on the ice at any given time significantly different. I think there was 1 penalty in the first period, and we've just been in constant power plays throughout the course of this second period. Off the draw, Orioles win it back. They'll send it ahead and count that as a clear. Wackman gets to it behind his own net. Ben Wackman carries up to the near side. Wackman putting on some speed, gets into the offensive zone, carries into the near corner. Now behind the net. Team set up, they give it to Lewick out in the top. Took an odd skip. I don't know what's on the ice there, just some kind of hard divot, but that one looked like a shortstop's worst nightmare, and Lewick had no chance at it. The bad hop costing them the setup they had gained. Now Panthers have to carry it back in. I've seen, some significantly bad hops off the wall, usually around where the Zamboni comes into the ice. I don't know that I've ever seen one that harsh off of just the ice. End of the period can't come soon enough, apparently. Got to get that Zam back out here. Buck to the blue line. Lueck sends it ahead to Fritz. Now across. They wanted Wackman. He tracks it down, but well pass here. Puck cleared away by Osseo. 2 minutes to go in this second period. Panthers give a pass ahead. That one nearly intercepted, trying to step in front with Sawicki. It was deflected, so we play on. Now it's cleared. End-to-end ice. On the puck first is Forga. Forga nearly lost control, but he carries into neutral ice and now breaks the blue line. Forga stopping up, then lost control. Puck played out towards the blue line, held in nicely. And given ahead. Second unit is out for this power play opportunity. Shot there by Long. Shut down. 42 seconds left on the power play for the Spring Lake Park Panthers. Have not been able to set up nearly as successfully as they have on previous attempts. Carried into the offensive zone by Noble. Noble hands it back. Larson getting control in the near side corner. He comes around, passes to the circle, shot that one wide. On the attempt by Forga. Puck to the other end, under a missed period. 12 seconds on the power play for the Panthers. They've got to go the length of the ice. Noble trying to play it ahead. He had Ross there. Larson grabs it instead. Larson into the offensive zone. Ross can't control. Osseo gets his fifth skater on the ice. And now they've got the puck, head right to the net, and a shot save made. Julberg shuts down Bojar again. Puck down to the near side. Now, be fair, Bojar's got 2 goals in this game. Here's a shot, and that one goes wide. 19 seconds left in the period. Orioles slide it across. Big blast, and that one carries over the crossbar into the window. Looking to curl around to the pass, and a shot from in tight deflected by the defender. Pass across, 3 seconds left. Shot, and that one saved by Julberg. 0.9 seconds left in the period after a flurry that has been survived by goaltender Andy Julberg. Sixth skater on the ice for the Orioles. They win the draw and won't get a shot away in time. The second period comes to a close. 5-2 the lead for Spring Lake Park. They get 2 more in this second period. 1 from Larson, 1 from Fritz, who now has 4 points in just 2 periods of play. We'll step aside, then come back for the start of the third period. Again, it's a 5-2 lead for the Panthers over the Orioles in boys hockey here on North Metro TV.
I know what you're thinking. I need a job.
I need a new career.
Well, I've been there.
I've been there.
I've been there.
Back inside the ice house, it's Fogarty Arena. Boys hockey tonight. Northwest Suburban North matchup between Osseo and Spring Lake Park. The hometown Panthers leading 5-2 after 2 periods of play. At the start of this third, we begin 5-on-5 after a second period littered with penalties. We'll see how long we skate. Even strength Shots on goal, 29-27 after 2 periods. Spring Lake Park with the slim advantage. Orioles send this puck towards the net behind Julberg. Julberg has had a very strong game. Again, when you look at the numbers this season, it's been rough, and he's faced a fair number of shots tonight. But compared to some of the other matchups, not too many. Here's Lueck all alone. Takes the shot against the tender. Goal! He squeezed it between the knees. 5-hole score. And Lueck with the hat trick tonight. It's a 6-2 Spring Lake Park lead. This goal coming less than a minute into the period. It's how he did things back in the first. Lueck doing it again here in the third. So a big advantage for the Panthers. As I was talking about the defense of Julberg, it's the offense of Lueck. Big hat trick for him tonight. That's back-to-back games with a hat trick. He had 3 goals and 3 assists in the game against Coon Rapids. Tonight he's got 3 goals and 1 assist so far. Noble got the only assist on that goal. Just his 2nd assist of the season, 2nd point this season. Orioles from the circle looking for some room. Now take a shot. This one deflects behind the net. Wraparound attempt gets stopped up. Puck squirts to the circle. Quick shot, and that ends up behind the cage again. Now it's bounced out of the zone. And a skittering puck will make it all the way down. Icing call against the Panthers. Just trying to look at Julberg's efforts throughout the course of the year. The fewest goals he's allowed in a single game was 2. It was a 3-2 win at Anoka earlier this season. Their most recent game, the win against Coon Rapids, Everything else, it's been 6+. Feed out ahead. Panthers were trying to get it up to Caden Carson. Nothing there. Now a shot. That one deflects off a leg. And this shot carries over the crossbar with ease. Panthers have gotten in front of a lot of pucks. I don't know if Osseo has just been unlucky or if it's all credit to the Panthers and their hard work defensively. I think it's mostly the hard work defensively, but there might be some luck involved as well. Or bad luck if you're the Orioles. Osseo trying to get a shot away. That one into a body of a player who slid down on the ice. No doubt there. Hard work. Lueck hands it off as he got to the blue line just a little bit too early. Offsides is called against Spring Lake Park. So we talked about the Panthers and their schedule upcoming. They got another matchup against Coon Rapids on Saturday, which big advantage or big opportunity for them to get some momentum going if they can hold on tonight and carry that into another matchup with that squad. Osseo, on the other hand, has to take on Rogers, a team that they lost to 4-3 earlier this season, so should be a good matchup, you would think. And then Armstrong Cooper, a team they beat 5-4 earlier this season. Now, this is an Orioles team that has played in some close games. 2-goal game against Spring Lake Park, 1 goal against Armstrong Cooper, and Rogers tied Anoka. And then they've been in some lopsided affairs during their losing streak that's brought them into this game. Here, a shot from Titan. That one doesn't go for Leighton Long. You look at the 4-game losing streak, 10-0 against Maple Grove, 7-2 against Elk River Zimmerman, 10-2 against Centennial, and 12-0 against Andover. Now, those are some very strong programs. So I don't read those scores. It's just shame, just to say how difficult a stretch it's been for Osseo. And now they come into tonight's game, a game that I'm sure they were feeling pretty good about, right? They'd already beaten Spring Lake Park once this season. They didn't have much trouble scoring during it. Now tonight, they are down by 4 goals in the third period and are having a lot of trouble scoring against Julberg, who's having one of the best games he's had this season. When Julberg allowed those 2 goals against Anoka back near the beginning of the season, he only faced 24 shots. He's already faced 28 from the Orioles tonight. Osseo dumping it into the offensive zone. Pojar gets it in the near side corner. Puck squirts out from the slot. A shot. That one got into a body of a defender who was down on the ice. Not sure if he got down to stop it or not, but Fritz felt that one when the shot came into him. Osseo, a little bit of trouble. Circling around with it is Bodine. Tries to play it up the boards far side. Now into the offensive zone. This is Pojar. Splits two defenders. Gets into the tender. Shot save made. Rebounded right into the stomach of the goaltender. And Julberg able to make all of the stops against the charge put on by the Osseo Orioles. 13:01 remaining here in this third period. A 4-goal game in favor of the Panthers. Stick side draw in front of Julberg. Panthers getting their subs on a little late. Now they're ready to go. And Wyatt Noble sitting down for 2 on the latest penalty in this game. Puck comes out into Spring Lake Park. Gaining control is Leighton Long. He'll carry it into the offensive end. Tries to get a shot away. That one got deflected. He'll track it behind the net and is knocked off quickly. It's taken up by Cade Westman. Westman up to Pojar into the offensive zone. Hook was the call, by the way, on Noble, the second penalty he has picked up tonight. 90 seconds to go on the power play, and faking the shot, then passing to the far side, skating in. This wrister deflects up and away, and out of play. Glove side draw in front of Julberg. Poked out to the blue line. Osseo with clean control. They'll get it in between the circles. This pass into the front, and then it's scooped away. Nice job out front. Speed put on by Jacob Fritz. He goes all the way to the other end of the ice to cause some trouble. Does just a bit of that, a lot of work. And in the end, the Orioles get up ice without too much trouble. They'll dump it into the backboard. Hard collisions, and the puck knocked out of there by Spring Lake Park again. Nice job by the PK so far, more than midway through this Osseo power play opportunity. Orioles with Pojar. He gets pushed as he tries to move it up ice. That takes him off the puck. This one knocked out of the zone, got deflected by an Oriole on the way, but not enough for John Ross to make a real play on it, as he did track it down into the Orioles zone. Osseo with control, give it ahead to Pojar. He breaks the blue line. Knocked off the puck for just a moment. Now it's gathered by Wackman, and he'll play it out of the zone without too much trouble. Being eaten up by these Panther clears and frustration, because that bang was not a player hitting the boards. It was an Osseo player banging the stick as he went to the bench, knowing that things are not going well during this man advantage, as again they are pushed out of the zone. So no score with the power play. Still a 6-2 game in favor of Spring Lake Park. And now a chance for Fritz into the offensive zone. Fritz gathers, waits for his teammate, sends a pass across. Had a man in Larson, but that pass was intercepted. Now a puck up ahead, stopped and covered. Julberg taking no chances. And a big night for Lewick. 9 goals coming in. He had 3 more. And he's got a dozen and now 11 assists. One thing he hasn't done is score on the power play. Larson got his 3rd power play goal, now tied with Lewick for the team lead in that category. Fritz getting a power play goal as well, his 2nd of the season. That's stopped up by the defense of Spring Lake Park. They're able to scoop it out to neutral ice. And taking it from there is Justin Boyd. Boyd takes a shot that gets deflected by a stick. Now a feed to the middle, and the Orioles take control. Nice for the Orioles is Gareth Price. Dumps it into the offensive zone. Most of his teammates off on a change. 10:05 to go in the 3rd period. Buck looking to play it out. That one's offsides. It did get across the blue line. Great idea by the Orioles, but you got to be a few inches ahead in order to make a real play on that. Just outside the Panthers zone, face-off played forward by the Panthers and taken by the Orioles instead. They turn and carry it into the offensive zone thanks to Garrett Price. This puck played down to the near side and worked around the boards. And stolen away. Panthers gain control behind their own net. Oberg trying to get it out. Instead, passed right to the front after the Orioles took it back. That knocked away, and Lueck comes the other direction. He'll dump it, and a chase put on. Looking to get there is Oberg. Instead, squirts back up to Fritz near the blue line. Fritz ridden hard into the wall, pushed along, battles his way out. Lueck gets a hold of it, tries to take it towards the net. Fritz gets in the way. Pass out to the blue line is stopped and then collected. Here's Pojar the other way. Sends a shot on. That one a stick save made. No opportunity for a rebound attack, but the Orioles do maintain control in the offensive zone. Pojar again, this time a hard angle shot deflects out of play. 9:01 remaining in the third period. Well, 4 goals in the first, 3 goals in the second, only 1 so far here in the third, and we're almost midway through this third period. We've had power play opportunities, but nothing's clicked other than that one within the first minute for Lueck. Panthers try to get that out of the zone. It is held in just barely. Now Noble bounces it out of the zone. Can't quite get the bounce he wanted. Geometry not on his side as it can get into Fanenstein. Instead he watches it slide across the extended goal line, and we'll get a face-off back in front of Julberg. Shots on goal still tight, 31-30. Spring Lake Park with the advantage. Stick side draw in front of Julberg. Face off. Stayed on the dot, finally picked up by the Orioles. They play it out to the blue line. Heavy pressure from there, and the Panthers able to take it away. Feed forward, gets it to Boyd. Boyd takes the shot. That one misses wide and carries all the way out of the zone. Scooped up off the far boards by the Panthers. They try to play it down to the near, poked away, and the Orioles will push it into the offensive zone. Puck behind the Panther net. Spring Lake Park there first. Along those near side boards is Forga. He has a goal tonight, gets it ahead to Long. In over the blue line, Leighton Long knocked off the puck at the last moment. Tries to regather himself, plays it up to the blue line. Noble from there takes the shot, it misses. Down to the near side, Forga again. His shot gets deflected, then kicked up into the air by one of his teammates and carries out of play. Everybody changing. Lots of new skaters coming onto the ice, with 6-2 being our score in favor of Spring Lake Park. 7:47 to play in the game. Glove side draw in front of Fanenstein. One quickly over to Gabrick Olsen up the far side boards. And the puck down to the back wall. Taken away. Panthers try to get a shot off. Oberg's try, deflected away. Orioles gain control from their own zone, move it out to neutral. Jacob Bodine dumps it into the offensive end. Time running down on these Orioles. Not impossible, but 4-goal deficit as this puck to the front of the net, knocked away. Panthers continue to play pretty good defense tonight. Spring Lake Park with Wackman carrying in of the blue line. Wackman knocked off the puck, trying to get back to it behind the net. He's battling against the Orioles. Now to the front. Shot attempt doesn't go. Now it's cleared out of the way. That last attempt for the Panthers coming from Caden Carson. To the other direction. Pojar ahead, takes the shot. Julberg with the save, and then the puck sneaks away from him. He grabs it with the stick and pulls it into his glove. Good job by the Panthers all around. There was one defender back with Pojar that time trying to make things happen, or shut down the opportunity, I should say, for Pojar. It did enough to make the save a little easier for Julberg. He makes it. and is able to collect the loose puck in the end. Off the draw, ends up behind Julberg. From the back wall, Panthers control. Pass out ahead. Little trouble there for Boyd. He's able to hand it off to Long. Long tries to go back to Boyd in the middle, and it's played to the near side boards. Orioles carry out of the zone, courtesy of Cade Westman. He'll hand it off, near side circle, trying to go back to the middle to the Orioles. This shot squirts out of nowhere and is covered up by Julberg. He got the glove in there. That was not really a shot towards him, but it was a hot puck. It somehow popped out of there, right towards him. 6:12 to go in this third period. Orioles now out shooting the Panthers 33-31. Orioles were outshot last time in this matchup, but won the game. And right now, it's looking like the Panthers might do the same in return in trying to get this revenge win. Spring Lake Park does play it out of the zone. This one's not going to carry, so Orioles have to get back on it. Good pressure by the Panthers as it's carried up ice by Cameron Kinsella. Panthers from behind their own net. This is Wackman. Up ahead, this one lifted out towards the neutral ice. Too much carry, and an icing call against Spring Lake Park with 5:20 remaining in the third period. Glove side draw in front of Julberg. One back by the Panthers, but it squirts right in front. Here's some quick shots, and this puck up and out. Another face-off in front of Julberg. Orioles win it back. Rister from the blue line goes wide down to the near side boards. First man on it is Long. Tries to play it up, back and forth, and it's taken by Noble. Taken away quickly. Taken away quickly. Multiple players end up down on the deck along the far side boards. Everybody's up, and we continue on. Orioles trying to feed it forward. Instead, gets stopped at every turn. Same thing, though, for the Panthers, as Fritz is quickly knocked off the puck, and it's taken away by Strike. Out to the far side boards where the Panthers had it for a moment. Orioles get it back. No clean control. Finally, Noah Lindberg will carry it into the offensive zone. He's knocked off the puck, and it is carried out of the zone. And we do get a whistle coming up against Osseo. Looked like a hook call is coming up. Maybe interference. We'll see what the official word is. Hook. Sawicki sits down for the second time tonight. 2 minutes up for the hooking call, and just 4:30 remaining in this third period. Two power play goals so far tonight for the Panthers, both of those coming in the second period when we had most of our penalties. Second period had more penalties than the first and third combined. They're having some trouble getting the 2 minutes up on the scoreboard. There it is. We're ready to go. Draw one back by Spring Lake Park. Rister and a glove save made. Fannenstein reaching down to get a hold of that just 5 seconds into the power play. Stick side draw in front of Fannenstein. Here's a blast from the blue line. Got deflected on the way in. Kicks to the side. Into that far corner. Whipped down to the near side. Panthers just barely pushed out of their own zone. Now regathering is Lewick. He carries over the blue line. Has help. Lewick takes a shot. Just misses wide on the wrister. Orioles take it out of the zone. Charging back in is Lewick and the Panthers. Another shot goes wide. First man to it is Larson. Larson plays it behind him, now goes towards the front of the net. Lewick passes across, 2 men there, ends up with Wackman. Wackman gets around one defender, tries to feed it in tight, Brighton front shot, goal! Brock Larson with the goal, his second of the day. 7-2 our score in favor of Spring Lake Park. Their third power play goal of the game comes with 3:42 remaining in regulation. So Larson assisted on the first goal of the day. He's added 2 of his own. Brock now has 8 on the season. He's the team's second leading goal scorer. On the draw, pushed forward by John Ross, taken away by Bodine and the Orioles. Dumped into the offensive zone by Ben Koenig. Now the Panthers take it away. They try to play it up ice, and this one going long, waved off on the icing. They gave Ben Wackman the only assist on the Larson goal. Wackman's second assist of the day. He now has 7 this season. 3:18 stopped on the clock in this 5-goal game as a man heads to the penalty box for the Panthers. It's Caden Carson, and he'll get company, Wyatt Noble. And there's a man across the way as well. Serving time for the Orioles. So the penalties continue in a game that we just need the clock to run out on because it is decided. Is it impossible? No. Very little is impossible, but highly improbable. So you get the coincidentals plus Wyatt Noble sitting down for 2. He's got the numbers up on the board as we'll skate 5-on-4 Orioles with the man advantage. One guy who would love to see this clock tick down as fast as possible is Andy Julberg. Having one of his best games of the season, he's faced 35 shots and stopped 33 of them. And now, his team is on the penalty kill for the next 2 minutes. Panthers' last PK looked very good. We'll see if they can keep it up. Conversation going on with the Panthers bench. It's a lengthy one, and now they'll move out. Puck won back by the Orioles. Price sends it across. Getting in tight, then a wrister that goes wide. Ellingson's shot might have been moved by Julberg, but I think it was headed wide anyway. Back out towards the point and then sent in behind the net. Looked like the Orioles weren't sure where they were going with that. They track it into the far corner. Kojar up to the top of the circle near side. Down low. Shot this one off the side of the post. Tops to the backboards and plays out towards the blue line. By the Orioles, they're able to keep it alive at the half wall. Pass able to keep it alive at the half wall. Pass across, intercepted by Ben Wackman and knocked out of there. The clear will burn a little time. 1:20 left on the power play for the Orioles. Lewick causing some trouble back deep and forcing the Orioles to come up kind of out of sorts here. Lewick will go off on a change. Stepping in front of the pass. Nicely stolen by Fritz. He gives it ahead to Long. Long lost control, but did carry it over the blue line. So when his teammate picked it up right there on the blue line, no offsides was called. Long dogging the man coming up ice with the puck. But able to carry it all the way in is Ellingson. 2 minutes to go in the game. 43 seconds left on the power play for the Orioles. Osseo sends a shot on. Pad save made. Down to the near side boards. Slide it across. Ellingson, wrister, and that one a low shot that is moved aside by Julberg. 15 seconds left on the power play. As another wrister. This one deflected in front, kicks wide. 10 seconds left. They pass it across to the near side circle. Orioles knocked off the puck. Spring Lake Park gets through the power play, then a blast from the circle misses wide for the Orioles and heads to the other end of the ice. 5-on-5 hockey with less than, well, 1:05 now remaining, I should say. Puck into the far side corner. Panthers trying to move it out. Send it ahead to Ross. He'll pick it up off the near side boards. Ross trying to go around a defender, gets knocked to the ice hard and loses the puck before that even happened. Puck down to the near side boards for the Orioles. It's Olsen getting to it. Looking for an opportunity to move it forward, having some trouble under duress. Stolen shot, goal! Luick adds a fourth and puts an exclamation point on this win for the Panthers. 8-2. The score with just 36 seconds left. And there's something about the first minute and the last minute of periods, because Luick has loved them this evening. 4 goals for him, 3 of them coming in those time periods. No, I should say all 4. Right? He didn't score in the second period, but in the first period he scored in the first minute. Third period he scored in the first minute. First period he scored in the last minute, and the third period he scores in the last minute. I'll tell you, bookended period, bookended game. No assist on that last goal. Should be our last goal. Panthers do have the puck behind the Oriole net, and now we get a whistle as there's too much extra going on. Man goes down to the ice. 12 seconds left. We talked about for the Panthers this being the possibility of a really good stretch. They got the win against Coon Rapids. They're in the lead handily here now at this point, but for most of the game they've been, or for all of the game they've been ahead. And then they get to play Coon Rapids again, but if you're going to start losing players because of fights and whatnot, they'll just run the remaining time off, and they do. The final seconds are taken off the clock. No reason to play it out. 8-2 the final score in favor of the Panthers, thanks in large part to 4 goals from Luick and an outstanding night in goal for Andy Julberg. The Panthers improved to 3-9 this season. The Orioles dropped to 3-7-1. I want to thank you all for tuning in this evening. For our entire North Metro TV crew, I'm John Adams saying so long from Fogarty Arena, where the Panthers win at home for the first time this season, an 8-2 final over the Orioles. Good night, everyone.